Well, obviously, extremely happy for our group of guys and our coaching staff to go out and play. Listen, for entirety of a game, they played really, really well. We played really well, and the beauty of it is there's always room to get better. We can go and we can learn from a lot of situations that happen in the game, but, it was a challenge to our offense to be able to run the ball. And it was a challenge to our defense to stop the run. I think the lowest amount they had offensively in the first 3 games was, I think, 183 rushing yards. And to hold that offense to 66 rushing yards was a great accomplishment by our defense. Coach Golden and Coach Reese did an unbelievable job at preparing this group. And I'm really happy for where this team is progressing. And that's what I just told them in the locker room. Sometimes we let the outcome kind of mask some things, right? And continue to look at, is this a football team that's getting better? And it is. They're playing better. They're practicing better. And that's the challenge. Continue to get better. And it was good to see the performance today. Good to have Logan back. He had a good week of practice, but the ability to use those 3 in different ways. When we lost Kevin this week, and we knew we were going to have to be kind of strategic in terms of what personnels we're going to use. And to have a guy like Chris Tyree that you can use in the backfield, use in the slot, do some different things with, it opens up things for our offense. And so, again, they were just going on a roll. Credit to Coach McCullough, who's done a great job with that group, the unselfishness of that group. It was really good to see today. Yeah, it's what you hope Notre Dame football is going to be about, right? Is that you're going to have an O-line that can run the ball. And, even if a team knows we're going to run the ball, to be able to we're not saying to get 10 yards in, those were added bonuses today, those big plays, but to be able to run the ball at will for 4 or 5 yards, that's something that you have to be able to do, especially with our current roster. And again, they did a really good job. And that's a group in particular, as you see from game 1 to game 4, has really, really gotten better. And as I've said earlier in the year, it's a group that's really young other than J-Pat and Mark. Those 2 freshman tackles are still figuring it out, right? They didn't play a whole bunch last year. And to have Zeke in there, they're gelling. You're gelling. They're doing a good job. Yeah, just execution. You saw last week in the first half, Drew makes the right decisions. It's never a decision-making issue. It's the execution. And early in the game last week, he wasn't executing the way he would want or we would want. But today, again, he continued to make good decisions, but he executed, put the ball where it needed to be, and some guys made some plays. And so he's going to always be prepared. He's going to always know what to do with the ball. The challenge for him is to execute the right way. It's targeting. And you can argue all you want, but as I told JD on the field, it's our job to learn from that situation. So it's an entire game he's missed now, right? He's going to miss the first half of this game. He's going to miss the first half of the next game. And so we have to learn from it. We have to change, or you're going to continue to get targeting penalties, no matter if we agree or disagree. And so we have to understand that that's the way the refs called it. So we have to practice different ways to tackle. You got to make sure you're not leading with your head. 1, it's safety, but 2, you need to be on the field. So we have to look at that and study and say, how do we practice, for him in particular, a better way to make sure that doesn't happen anymore?